Thanks, Sarah. Well, we won't have the shuffling of the papers because I brought an iPad, so we'll move a little quicker as far as on that front. But thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here. Where's Mike Rush in the crowd? There he is. Hey, 20 years ago today, we were down there too, but we were shifted. I think the logistics of the graduation have changed a bit. But Mike, I didn't think that I'd be here and you'd be there, but here we are. So that's how it goes. Sarah at Howard actually reached out to me and I asked her, or she asked me to speak today, and I asked her, what do you want me to talk about? And at first she said, talk for 15 minutes about yourself. And I said to her, I was like, I'm not that narcissistic to speak about myself for 15 minutes. I was like, what do you really want me to speak about? And she said to talk about your time at Delphi and give her some advice, and I told her I can do that. I know a few of you personally: Sam Bigler, Sarah Howard, Cooper Kinsler, and Cole Rush. I've primarily played sports with you all, ranging from wrestling, golf, and tennis. I am happy to say I saw you all improve as athletes and become even better people along the way. I know that wasn't just your doing, but your parents as well, so thank your parents for that later on. Sam Bigler and I have had the pleasure of doing a mass amount of yard work together at my house in town in record time. Sam, I only have 15 minutes, so I couldn't list it all out as far as within that time because we moved, didn't we? But just ask him about it. We got a lot done. I'm sad to say I didn't get to drill or get a match in this year with Cooper or Cole. I had work obligations that kept me off the mat and out of the wrestling room. But Coop and Cole, I've got my wrestling shoes in the car. If you've got your shoes, we can go get a quick match in to settle the score before your commitment to Delphi Community High School is officially done. This day, 20 years ago, I was in your seat, class of 2002, a class of 89 people. In that class, I was number 50 of 89. I'm happy to say that in my time here, I put 2 conference championships up for the football team and was a part of the team and coaching staff of the Delphi wrestling program that not only won a lot of championships, but developed a statewide reputation. And I developed lifetime friendships with my teammates and coaches along the way. I was also able to continue my academic and athletics career at both St. Joseph's College and Purdue. I was more focused on athletics than I was on school and my future. To me, that was the future because it was fun. I got to be with my friends, and I honestly wanted to put the work into it. To be frank, I just didn't know any better, but that's how life goes. You don't know what you don't know, but through time, planning, adjustments, education, experience, and execution, you figure it out. When I was your age, I had no idea, no clue what I wanted to do in the future, and it's okay if you don't either. It takes time to figure it out, but you have to keep trying things, adjusting, and gravitating to people, places, and things you enjoy. Sooner or later, you will all find something you really want to do, and I promise you, if you commit to it, it'll end up working out for you. I'm about to do something that I never do, and I said this to Mr. Nipple leading up, and that's give you unsolicited advice. Not a fan of giving people unsolicited advice, but if I was your age, one thing I really wish someone would have said to me when I was your age is that you fail your way to success. And this process repeats itself in your career, health, finances, and relationships consistently. It never ends. It sounds exhausting, but it's not that bad. It never is. It's never really as bad as you make it out to be. All those things that you've done as far as leading up to this day that you think might have embarrassed you or everybody's going to remember 20 years from now at your high school graduation, nobody's going to remember. And you want to know why? Because nobody cares. Nothing is ever as bad as you make it out to be, and challenges are just that, challenges. No one in the history of the world has had a life without challenge. It's part of the struggle. You have to accept it and deal with it. As Billie Jean King would say, pressure is a privilege, champions adjust. If you don't believe me about failing your way to success, I urge you to read the book Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. If you don't know who Phil Knight is, many of you are either wearing or have had one of his products in your lifetime. He's the founder of Nike. Phil had run Nike for 17 years before he was able to earn a living wage from Nike. What does a living wage mean? It means when you're the boss and you have your own company, you're able to pay yourself and support yourself. The book details all of their struggles from finances, product, people, and pricing. It's not a pretty story, but it's safe to say that we can all agree it turned out pretty well for him. That's how a lot of stories go. Not pretty, but somehow or another, it turns out all right. We all fail, including yours truly. When you fail, don't fret, be ashamed, embarrassed, or dwell too long. Reflect on what went wrong and why. Develop principles from that as far as to succeed after the fact. Build resilience by learning and then try again. At the end of the day, we're all going to die, so what do you really have to lose? You win some, you lose some, you keep fighting, always. You all are entering a phase of your life where life accelerates and changes. Gone will be the days of seeing one another all the time, both those you want to see and those you don't. Another thing starts to creep in, the big R word. What is that? Responsibility. This is a time where you truly get to define words, values, and what meaning is in your world, and it is your world. In your world, this is both liberating and powerful. You get to really start figuring out and finding yourselves, and it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes decades. I'd be willing to bet there's a lot of adults in the crowd who are still figuring themselves out, yours truly included. You get to really start figuring yourself out. You now really have power over your time, life, and emotions. And with great power comes great responsibility. Your time is truly yours now. Time will continue on. None of you have any control over this. The big question for you all is, how will you choose to spend your time? Whatever route you choose to take, all I can tell you is that if you want to do something, you have to work at it. Your effort will define your direction and forward movement with your goals. The amount of return you will get will come from the direct effort you put into anything. And at the end of the day, your effort is a decision between you and you. I urge you all to really begin thinking about what type of lifestyle you want. What does that actually mean? This means things like, do I want a family? Do I want to go on vacation every year? Do I want to go on vacation twice a year? Do I want a camper, boat, a new truck, my own business? Whatever it may be, you need to think about those things. Think about it, it matters, and it matters more than you might realize. Work backwards and surround yourself with people who have gotten what you want. Ask them what the little steps were they did to get those things. Ask them questions to hear how they did it. Trust me, everyone loves to give advice and talk about themselves. If you don't believe me, ask anyone. The little things. Doing the little things leads to big wins. Simple facts equate to wisdom. Small wins create a sense of pride. One task completed turns to another and another. Doing the little things turns into big things. This creates personal encouragement and hope. Dreaming. Dreams are the sweetness of life. Imagination is for everyone. But dreams without action are hot air and hype. If this man standing before you once, as a little boy, hadn't walked into Ross-Ade Stadium in 1986, I don't know where I would be today. At that moment in my life, all I knew was that was the plan. Dream. Make no little plans, but I urge you all to be about the action and the execution. Don't listen to those that cut down your dreams or don't believe in you. If they keep telling you it can't be done, it might be time to get away from them, or it might be time to get new friends. Reality. Social media is not real. It's one's edited life. When one edits one's life, no one shows or tells you the bad things, only the good things. It's not real, and it's not hard to look important, wealthy, or happy online. It's much harder to be those things. Humility. You're never as good as you think you are. There will always be someone training to beat you. And at the end of the day, no one really cares about your superior sense of yourself. Keep your ego in check. The downfall of many great people in this world has been ego. Don't let your name get added to that list. Success. What is success? To laugh often and much, and to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a little better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, a redeeming social condition, or to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. Knowledge. Knowledge is ecstatic in enjoyment, perennial in fame, unlimited in space, and infinite in duration. I highly recommend that you all choose knowledge. Opportunity. I have a poster of an oracle at my home, an oracle being the ancient Greek woman who was able to predict the future and have visions. Underneath the picture of the woman it reads, "They do me wrong who say I come no more, when once I knock and fail to find you in. For every day I stand outside your door and bid you wake and rise to fight and win. Wail not for the precious chances passed away. Weep not for golden ages on the wane. Each night I burn the records of the day. At sunrise, every soul is born again. Every day is an opportunity for you, whether you want to accept it or not. What you do with each day is your business." I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. I'm from a different generation. I'm a millennial. You're Gen Z. As you get older, you're going to see that your parents say that, oh, these kids have changed, but guess what? Their parents said it about them, and their parents' parents said it about them. It's much ado about nothing. It's happened for all of history. I took a look online to learn about Gen Z because, to be frank, I didn't really know much. What I found was this: you are the most diverse generation. You're digital natives. You're pragmatic. You're financially minded. You all experience mental health challenges brought on by the world and time spent online. You have increased levels of stress from internalizing things. You're shrewd consumers. You research products online, buy sustainable products, like product endorsements from friends instead of celebrities, and you're the most politically progressive generation of record. I don't know, what do you guys think? I mean, that's what the world's saying about you. So if it's on, it's on, but that's your choice. Of all these things listed, all that comes to my mind is what Hoosier author Kurt Vonnegut would say about this, and so it goes. My question to you is, do you all agree with these? These are generalizations. These do not define you as individuals, but this is what the world has generalized your generation into, Gen Z. Think about it. Let them sink in. Will you let the world decide for you, or will you choose for the world? The next move is up to each and every one of you. This is now your opportunity to show the world what you and the Delphi Community High School class of 2022 is made of. None of us can predict what will happen to us in the future, but I can guarantee you this: there is an immense adventure that awaits all of you. I wish you all the best, make it happen out there, and make us all proud. Thank you.